In a shocking turn of events, WWE superstar Roman Reigns was rushed to the hospital following a brutal in-ring clash during a live event in Paris. Fans watched in stunned silence as the match took a violent twist, leaving the tribal chief visibly shaken and in need of immediate medical attention. What began as an electrifying showdown quickly turned into a scene of concern, with medics storming the ring and escorting Reigns out under urgent care. While WWE has yet to release an official statement, sources suggest the injuries may be more serious than initially expected. The incident has left the WWE Universe in suspense as supporters around the world await updates on Roman's condition and what this could mean for his future in the ring. The attack, a calculated ambush. At precisely 11:47 p.m., Paris time, Roman Reigns was making his way through the dimly lit backstage corridors of the AOR Arena, still riding the adrenaline of the evening's main event. The atmosphere, usually buzzing with excitement and camaraderie, turned cold and ominous. Security cameras positioned throughout the venue captured what would become one of the darkest moments in WWE history. Bronson Reed, a towering 330-pound powerhouse, known for his relentless aggression, appeared seemingly out of nowhere. But make no mistake, this was no spontaneous assault. Reed had been stalking Roman for over 20 minutes, carefully positioning himself, waiting patiently in the shadows. This was a hunt, not a fight. The timestamps on the footage reveal a chilling patience and intent. Then came Braun Breaker, the son of wrestling legend Rick Steiner, who joined Reed in delivering what insiders describe as a merciless and unprovoked attack. Leaked evidence reveals a dark reality. The footage that WWE tried to suppress paints a grim picture. Where the company initially claimed the assault lasted a mere 2 minutes, leaked video shows the attack stretching over 7 excruciating minutes. During this time, multiple WWE officials are seen standing nearby, not intervening, but filming. The blood-curdling screams of Roman echoed through the backstage halls as security personnel desperately called for emergency medical help. Internal communications leaked to Wrestling News CC have shed light on a disturbing truth. This was no rogue act of violence, but a storyline sanctioned and possibly orchestrated by WWE's upper echelons. Hours before the show, a text message from an individual identified only as HH, widely believed to be Triple H, instructed officials to make it believable, make it brutal. The message left little doubt that WWE management wanted to push the boundaries of what wrestling fans consider acceptable. The medical emergency and cover-up Roman's injuries were devastating. Multiple sources inside the Seine Louis Hospital in Paris described cracked ribs, a severe concussion, internal bleeding, a dislocated shoulder, and potential spinal damage. Over 40 stitches were required to close his lacerations. Despite the severity of his condition, WWE's legal team launched an aggressive media blackout, threatening hospital staff with legal action if they spoke publicly. Dr. Marie Dubois, the emergency physician on call, was allegedly offered a substantial financial incentive to sign a non-disclosure agreement. When she refused, she faced intense legal pressure. This cover-up effort went beyond typical corporate crisis management. It was a calculated attempt to erase any public knowledge of just how grave Roman's condition was. For days, WWE fed a sanitized narrative that Roman was resting comfortably, while family members flew in fearing the worst. The betrayal within the bloodline. Roman Reigns' faction, the Bloodline, has been a cornerstone of WWE storytelling, and the attack has ripped apart that unity. Jimmy and Jey Uso, Roman's cousins and closest allies, were reportedly devastated. Jimmy Uso was so overwhelmed with grief and anger that security had to physically restrain him from storming the hospital. Guso, another member of the faction, was seen backstage breaking down, repeatedly crying, "They killed our tribal chief." Even more troubling was the absence of key figures like Solo Sikoa, Roman's enforcer, who was mysteriously missing during the attack. Rumors swirl that his absence was either an orchestrated betrayal or at least a sign of internal fractures within the group. The fallout has led WWE to announce a restructuring of the Bloodline storyline, a move many insiders believe is an attempt to dismantle one of WWE's most dominant factions while Roman recovers. The motivations behind the attack. Bronson Reed's involvement runs deeper than professional rivalry. Since his debut in WWE, Reed has felt overshadowed by Roman's relentless grip on the main event scene. Behind closed doors, Reed expressed bitterness toward Roman's backstage influence, blaming him for stalled opportunities and even for Reed's brief WWE release in 2021. Braun Breaker's role also carries significant weight. As a second-generation wrestler, Breaker understands the politics of WWE better than most. Frustrated by Roman's unprecedented Universal Championship reign, lasting over 1,000 days, Breaker allegedly collaborated with former WWE executives to orchestrate Roman's downfall, viewing it as the only way for younger talent to break through. The international fallout. This incident has not only shocked WWE fans, but also embarrassed the company on the world stage. French police have launched a criminal investigation, treating the assault as an aggravated battery case rather than a scripted wrestling event. Parisian officials refuse to accept WWE's narrative of consensual performance, intensifying pressure on the company to be transparent. Social media was flooded with manipulated narratives minimizing Roman's injuries. Bot accounts flooded Twitter with dismissive comments attempting to spin the brutal attack as mere theatrics. Meanwhile, fan communities grappled with anger, fear, and disillusionment. Your one click can help us keep creating awesome stuff.